Hi, it's Cara here from Together in the UK, and I've got here with me Sarah. Say hi. Together in the UK. Do you know what it is? Should I tell them?
No, go ahead. I'll let you break it down.
Together in the UK is currently a blog, but it's on its way to become a website. And the purpose of Together in the UK is to share stories and experiences of immigrants that have come to live in the UK. Sarah here has agreed to do a video blog with us. So Sarah, do you want to tell us about yourself?
Yes, certainly. My name is Sarah Alawi and I'm originally from Morocco. I moved to the UK about 7 years ago. As long as I've known this one, because I met her 7 years ago, my first year at university.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. And I just thought, she talked to me about the initiative and I thought Together in the UK resonates well with me. I moved here from a different country and I thought if I could help in any way, give an idea of what to expect if you move to the UK, then why not do it? So, yeah.
Thanks for doing this, by the way.
You're welcome.
First question is, what do you wish you had known before you came to the UK?
Coats were a thing in this country. Because I'm from Morocco, obviously I'm very used to very high temperature weather, and coming here I wasn't really ready for the kind of cold, especially that I've watched it snow for the first time when I came to England 7 years ago. So that was a very weird experience. I was wearing a t-shirt.
It's funny, a lot of people say that. Did you come in the winter or the summer?
I came in September.
Okay.
So and
you were wearing a t-shirt?
Well, I was wearing it was snowing that year in February. And I don't know why, but I was wearing a t-shirt in February and I was just like so excited to see the snow. But obviously caught a cold, so that's not fun. But that's one thing.
Okay.
That I would have known. The second thing is just kind of how open, because I had so much anxiety when I decided to move to a different country, and obviously when you're 18, although I've moved here with my twin brother, it was pretty much like moving to the unknown. I wasn't really sure what to expect. And I wish I'd known how open-minded and how like culturally diverse London or like England is. That would have helped me a lot. Just kind of
calmed you down and
you know got me ready,
excited, less anxious.
And I feel like I was anxious, and then the first day I remember moving into campus at university. I was like, oh my god, I could live here forever. Like I love this place. So definitely should have known that.
That's good. And obviously Morocco is quite different to the UK. I mean, I've been to just Marrakesh, but you know, I'm assuming you've been to quite a few more places. And in terms of diversity, what's the difference? Is it quite a stark difference between Morocco and the UK?
Morocco is very, very different. We don't have that many foreigners in Morocco. Depends obviously where you go. I mean, Marrakesh, because you've been there, is pretty much, you know, westernized, the most westernized city in Morocco. So obviously it is going to be quite like open-minded, like culturally diverse, etc. But the rest of Morocco and where I grew up wasn't. So it's not like I was kind of like slowly warming up to moving to a different country or like getting used to a different culture or like a different language really, because obviously English like is not my first language. And I remember going to classes and like learning English, and I've done it for 5 years, and then you get the theoretical English and you move to England and you're like, what are these people saying? You know, not only are you struggling to understand their slang or like, you know, urban words, like you also are struggling with an accent. And I remember sitting in my first lecture and I just turned to my brother and I was like, what the hell is this guy saying? Because I don't understand nothing. And that brought out more anxiety. But I remember, and that's a true story, I met this one at university and she was my mentor. So this is how we actually met. And she was supposed to mentor the entire house, but she would like spend extra time with me because I was going through stuff. Because I was actually going through stuff, and that's bringing me back to the language, because I was pretty anxious and obviously my English wasn't that great and I needed as many friends as I could. You know, people to calm me down and just you know, show me that it was fine to not have a perfect English and to still be able to learn more and kind of like, you know, go on with it and not really give up and, you know, come back home. Because I did think about coming back home quite a few times, but, you know, the more I got friends, the more I wanted to stay.
So in short, I did a job well done as a mentor.
Yes, you did.
Okay, that's good. Well, another question that we ask is, what advice would you give to someone coming to the UK? I mean, it could be general advice, or it could be something very specific to a topic that you think that you can help on.
The advice, like the one main piece of advice I would give to anybody moving to the UK or anywhere, is to be open-minded. So, wanting to belong somewhere is basically you doing 90% of the work, and 10% is just, other people obviously accepting you, and you won't have a problem here because everyone is so welcoming. But actually wanting to not let go of your own culture, but just not even put it on hold, but just
throwing yourself in.
Have some space for a new culture, and new things, and being curious about learning from other people and what their special rituals are, or what their favorite meals are. I came here and someone else from Morocco would be like, this food is rubbish, you guys ain't know nothing about food. Well, I obviously was like, okay, I'll get some fish and chips, I'll try it. You just have to be open-minded and try stuff, because you won't know. You won't know if you don't like something until you try it. So that's my main piece of advice.
In life, what challenges have you had as an immigrant? And how have you overcome those challenges, and what advice can you give to someone else that is maybe going through the same thing?
One challenge I would say that I faced here in the UK was work related. I'm on a visa. I was on a student visa, so that didn't really allow me to work. But when I graduated, I obviously wanted to find a job here, and this was back in 2014. But no one told me before I even signed up to go through university here, that you would need to get sponsored to get a job in the UK, and that means that a company needs to basically prove that they can't find anybody to do your job, and they have to bring you all the way from your country, basically. So it's a very difficult process. Obviously, there are companies that sponsor you, but most companies don't. And when I graduated, I got a first. I did really well on my exams. I had a placement year at a really big company, but still got rejected from every single interview just based on sponsorship. And I was, that obviously brought on more anxiety, because I was like, I don't understand. I'm really good, but I felt rejected.
Yeah.
And I wish I was more prepared for that, because I didn't really understand the whole thing behind sponsorship, and the fact that you almost feel like you're being let go of.
Yeah.
But then the way I kind of overcome it was just stay consistent, and I tried to not take it personally, these rejections, and I would reach out to people, ask for feedback so I could do better, and eventually I did do better. I did find a company that needed me, and that obviously took a chance on me, and that's what's so important, and that's what's so special about companies. And people that are not from England, when you employ them, there is a certain sense of loyalty, because you almost, because my visa was running out in 2 weeks, and I didn't have a job. I was going to come back to Morocco. Not that it's a bad thing, but
you wanted to stay here.
I really wanted to stay here. No, but my field as well. I'm a sound engineer. I'm an audiovisual engineer, and we don't do anything like that in Morocco. So the only way to do something that I was passionate about was to stay here, where there was an industry for it. So as an immigrant, I'm very grateful to my company who took a chance on me when they didn't need to.
One thing as well that you mentioned to me before is that you looked for a company that needed people with experience in the Middle East, and you had experience in the Middle East, and that to me showed me that you used your strengths. So as being from another country, you're not just coming here to rely on people. You have your own strengths. You're bringing something into the country, and I feel like that's what you did with your job, and that's why your company took you on.
Yeah, I think definitely my multilingual and experience in other countries has played a big part in them hiring me, and they've told me this as well. On my interview, they were more interested to know how many languages I spoke rather than my grades at university. Yeah. So and obviously, if you're coming from a different country, you have at least 2 languages.
Yeah.
and that's such a rich thing to have, and people usually take that for granted, but languages are basically your doors to, you know, a new world, and you just have to definitely, like, whether you're, you know, not from here or whether you're from here, languages are just so important. And I know that you've made a conscious effort to learn new languages where you didn't really have to, so I have a lot of respect, you know, for that, because didn't need to, because I needed to learn English to move here, but you didn't really need to, and you went and, you know, studied Spanish, and your Spanish is better than my Spanish at this point. But yeah.
Okay, thanks for the compliment.
You're welcome. Now, over to you. I just wanted, as a friend, honestly, because obviously you approached me to do this about Together in the UK, and I find it pretty interesting. I just want to know what inspired you to get involved.
Okay, so like the interviewee is becoming the interviewer. Okay.
Yes.
I'm an immigrant myself. I have been living in the UK for about 12 years. And I remember coming here as a child and, you know, having the same anxieties and being overwhelmed. But what was good for me is that I had my mother. My mother had been living here for a while, and she showed me the ropes. She showed me how to do everything. You know, I wasn't an adult, so if I had any questions, I could look onto her. But it, you know, more recently got me into thinking, she came here when she was an adult, so what kind of help did she have? You know, and when I look at my life and I look at her life, it's very different in that I've got, you know, I've truly embraced the UK. I've got multicultural friends, and I love, you know, like I've learned Spanish. I just love culture and learning about all these other cultures, and that's the great thing about the UK, because it's right outside my front door. It's in my house. You know, my housemate's Greek, so it's amazing. So I mean, with Together in the UK, I thought people are anxious and people will stay kind of in their corners or in their groups, in their cultural groups, because they are anxious, like I was. But Together in UK, when you look at the website and you look at the blog and listen to some of the stories, a South African will resonate with an Indian immigrant because they'll have similar stories. And in that, I think you'll find that, hold on, we're not so different. I mean, we're from different countries, and I may be a man, you may be a woman, yeah, we're different in that, but we have something connecting us, you know? And I do want to have some English voices on here as well, because, I mean, listening from an English point of view, I would like to know how, you know, the Brits or, you know, someone from England feels about, you know, their multicultural space and how they've learned from others. So for me, learning about cultures and kind of being together in the UK is what inspired me to be part of this.
Very interesting point about, you know, English, as in people from England, play a major part in, you know, the welcome phase when you come in to a different country. It's kind of like, you know, when you're a host. So, you know, when you're a host, you got people, you're inviting people over, and you have to show, you know, like sympathy and just like, you know, just be nice and, you know, be welcoming. And I've been so lucky. I mean, the first person I've ever met in university is Naomi, and Carol knows her, and she's a really, really good friend of mine. And she's one of the reasons why I kind of just, you know, almost like had faith that everyone, you know, when just somebody like always sets a pattern to the people that you meet, so, and your kind of perception of how they're going to be. And because my first experience was very positive, I kind of like, you know, take everybody as a positive right now. So it's so important, and it's such a responsibility as well when someone comes to your country, for you to kind of make them feel welcome, to give a good image and impression. But yeah. And obviously it works on both ways.
Definitely.
When you came from Morocco, girl, I showed her the ropes. I gave it to Tajine.
Yes, I had a lovely Tajine, and I did have a really lovely time in Morocco thanks to this one. But I mean, you know, Together in the UK, we're very small right now, but we are growing every day, and we would like more support, and we would like to hear more of your stories. So if you like this video, please like it and please subscribe to our channel. And if you would like to know more information, have a look in the description box, and you will find our website, a link to our website. Please do comment your thoughts, and if you would like to get in touch to do a video like this, or if you're camera shy and you would rather write a story, please write a story and please let us share it. We're interested to know about your stories, and we would like you all to be on this journey with us.
And for my followers and YouTube subscribers, I'm going to leave their details in the description box below, so just check it out. I might put an annotation somewhere for like a link to a website in the future, obviously. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Cheers. See you later.